What is up? Happy Spooktober! Welcome to my Heartless Queen of Hearts tutorial. This tutorial is the second part of this look. Click the little card if you're interested in watching the first part. Jumping right in, I'm going to use an eyeliner to just kind of map out where I want my chest cavity to be. Then I'm going to clean the area off using some alcohol. It doesn't have to be 90%, but that's what I have. Then I'm going to be grabbing two Queen of Hearts cards that I've already cut at an angle so they fit comfortably on my forehead or my temple region. Then grab some liquid latex and paint the little card with a sponge. And I wait for it to get tacky, kind of like the concept with like eyelash glue. And after it's tacky a little bit, I'll stick it onto my face, and then I'll go in and I'll start the process with the second card. Once those two cards have been successfully stuck to my head, I start building up liquid latex and cotton. I only used about 2 layers, and the second layer I put kind of closer towards my hairline so that the edges were nice and thin, and then I used a little spatula to create a lip. Once the second layer is completely dry, I powder it and apply some concealer and then blend it all in with a sponge. Now normally you'd want to color correct it a bit so it would match more closely your individual skin tone, but I go in over it with some homemade gelatin I had left over from my pirate video. You can click the little card if you want to check that video out. I did do the chest cavity off camera, but it is done basically the exact same way as the forehead. I used a circle I made as a basic guide to built layers up of cotton and latex, making it thicker right around the circle and thinning and smoothing the edges out as much as possible. I kept it to about 3 layers because the more you build it up, the stiffer it gets and the more difficult it is to like cut and manipulate, in my opinion. Then I used some scissors to cut some notches in it so it can move a little bit, and be careful not to peel up the edges, but if you do it just like I did, not a big deal. Go in with some Pros-Aid, some spirit gum, even some more latex, which is what I did because it was handy, and bada bing bada boom, you're good. Once it's dry, I color it and apply a thin layer of homemade gelatin, just like I did with this little area right here. I'll go more in depth on this process in a video that will be out this Thursday. Jumping ahead, I used the same gold paint I used in my first tutorial to subdue that pinkish color because the gelatin I used was colored. And then I picked up my Skin Illustrator palette and activated them with some 99% alcohol. And I'm going to use the black, the aged blood, and the blood tone to darken that inner chest cavity area, starting with the black. Making sure I do use enough alcohol because I don't want it too thick, because I want to be able to see the aged blood color that I'm going to go in with, just like that. Now focusing on that prime red, the blood tone again, and some more aged blood, I'm going to start with that prime red, using a lot of alcohol because I don't want the color to be too intense. I want to create irritation. And I build that up slowly, and then I'll go in with that aged blood on a brush and then some alcohol on my fingers so I can get into the crevices and create a little bit more dimension on the wound area. Then I start building up the blood tone so it looks nice and nasty. Once that is all dry, it'll look a little bit like this. So throw your costume on if you have one. Then this was kind of an afterthought. I do wish I did this in my first tutorial. I added some glitter on my lips and I loved it. Now is when the real fun starts. Start bringing out all your blood. Cute. That's clean. I use a stipple sponge to stipple that around the forehead area, and I'll do the same thing right around that wound area. That's not a cute look. I took my time adding blood because I really wanted you to be able to see the wound but also be grossed out, you know? Going in with some dark blood. I don't have scab blood. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's okay. Improvise. Just kind of put that in there. Paint my little wound. I say that word a lot in this video. That's a weird word. bloody yourself up until your little heart is content. See what I did there? That's cute. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, check out my social media, and definitely come back Thursday because that's going to be a fun one. See you later.